1974, 31-year-old Michael Taylor was living happily with his wife Christine and their 5 children in Ossett, a small town in central England. Michael had been doing some home repairs when he fell off of a ladder and he hurt his back. Michael went from being this happy guy to being sad and depressed when one of Michael's friends approached Michael and said that he really ought to check out this one particular Christian group. The real draw was the group's leader. Her name was Marie Robinson. She could help him get back to normal. Michael makes his way to the church, and as soon as they see Michael coming in the room, they say, "Come on, come sit down with us." Marie, she stands up, huge smile on her face. Michael, for the first time in ages, is smiling, but when the meeting was over and Michael went back home again, the pain and depression came flooding back. Over the next couple of weeks, Michael became very close with Marie, and Marie became very close with Michael. Before long, Christine, Michael's wife, was hearing from a friend Michael was having an affair with Marie. Christine waited until Michael had left the house to head out to one of the group meetings, hopped in her car, and she followed him to the church. Barges in, and she points at her husband and she says, "I know you're having an affair with Marie." He stands up and looks at Marie, and when Marie made eye contact with Michael, she screamed. He began breaking out in tongues. Michael goes from just barking in strange languages at Marie to suddenly rushing across the room as if he's going to attack her. The members jump on top of him and hold him down, and then Marie suddenly breaks out into tongues too. The group is just totally dumbfounded, so they just begin praying. And then after about an hour, Michael just collapses. Michael would claim he had no memory of what had just happened. At this point, Marie would tell him that she believed Michael was possessed by a demonic force. The only thing they could do would be to perform an exorcism. The Anglican Church of England sent out 2 of their best exorcists named Peter and Raymond. A day later, they would all meet at this other church. Peter and Raymond began the ritual by praying. Michael began screaming out in tongues as if the words Peter and Raymond were saying were harming Michael. After 8 hours, they finally just came to a stop. Peter and Raymond, they tell him, "We identified 40 demons inside of you and was able to expel 37 of them. Go home. Tomorrow we will finish this exorcism." A few hours later, a woman who lived near Michael Taylor thought she heard something strange, and outside, walking down the street completely naked, covered in blood, was Michael Taylor. The police show up and they find Michael, and he was giggling like a child in the fetal position. A few hours earlier, when Michael and his wife had come home, Michael had fallen into one of his trances and began beating his wife. Fortunately, their 5 children were not home at the time of this attack. During Michael's trial, the prosecution and the defense blamed the Anglican Church of England and Marie and her religious group for convincing Michael he was possessed with demons, which caused him to act out violently and kill his wife.